Hello and welcome to Computer Music Magazine's hands-on look at Eventide Fission, an advanced processing effect for next-level signal dissection, surgical mixing and creative sound mangling. Available to buy now in all major plugin formats, Fission is the first effect to use Eventide's proprietary structural effects technology. Separate a signal into its constituent transient and body elements, then process each component with effects, before recombining the signal at the output, all the while maintaining complete phase coherence at every stage. In this series of videos, we'll explore both the corrective and creative applications of this exciting new plugin, taking you through all of its features, from basic signal dividing and workflow shortcuts, through to general purpose mixing scenarios, and some of the insane sonic transformations you can achieve. Fission initially splits up the input signal into two discrete components. Transient, the sharp inharmonic attack portion that gives a sound its initial click or smack, and tonal, the body element of a signal that contains pitched, melodic or tonal content. As every input signal is completely different, you'll want to fine-tune exactly how the plugin splits the input signal. So before we dive in and start processing with Fission, let's look at how to set up the plugin for optimum results. Fission's interface is intuitively divided into four sections. The central structural split section is where you set up the plugin's transient tonal division. The top transient effects section, labelled blue, is where you apply one of 6 transient processing effects. The bottom tonal effects section, labelled green, is where you apply one of 7 tonal processing effects. And the preset bar is where presets are saved and recalled. To hear exactly how Fission is dividing up our source signal under the hood, we'll detoggle both the transient and tonal sections on switch to bypass any processing effects for now. We set up the initial transient tonal division in the structural split section. The input waveform, coloured grey, is shown in real time on both the transient and tonal displays. The blue coloured waveform on the upper display visualises the isolated transient portion of the loop. The green wave on the lower display plots the tonal portion. Notice there's no difference between our input and output signal at this stage, as Fission recombines the two independent elements back into one output signal with absolutely no artifacts or phase disruption. To isolate either the transient or tonal signals, punch that section's solo button. To start, choose the most suitable source type for your input material. Use the drop-down list or slider to select one of the 13 preset algorithms. We'll select electronic beat. There are no hard or fast rules here. Feel free to experiment with different source types for different jumping off points. The vertical focus slider is used to focus the emphasis of the transient tonal division, defining how much of the input signal is sent to either section. Pushing the slider upwards focuses all the separation into the transient region. And vice versa. Generally, you'll want to position the slider somewhere in the middle. By soloing the transient and tonal sections as you do this, you can precisely customize the splitting. We'll tweak the focus slider to isolate only the very front end of our loop's attack, making sure all of the tonal components sit entirely in the tonal section of the split. The smoothing parameter is used to smooth out the transition speed between the transient and tonal division. Use lower settings for tight separation, or push this up to smooth out any audible artifacts, or creatively soften transients. As its name implies, the trans decay dial lets you refine the decay time of the isolated transients. Lower settings will effectively gate the transients for tighter isolation, while longer settings allow more body signal to creep through into the transient portion. Once you've refined the transient to tonal division, independent level adjustments to each section can be used to reshape the signal's dynamics. Increase transient gain and reduce tonal gain to add more transient punch. And vice versa. Note that simple soloing of either the transient or tonal section can quickly transform a signal. For instance, isolate the tonal component of a plucky Rhodes loop to turn it into a reverse-like swelling tone. Or solo the transient portion for staccato effects. Eventide's Fission is available to buy now. You can get it at a special intro price of $97 until the 17th of April 2017, and will be priced at $179 thereafter. It's available in all major plugin formats, VST and AAX for PC, and VST, AU and AAX for Mac. You can also get Fission as part of Eventide's Ensemble monthly subscription bundle. For only $29.99 a month, or $299 annually, you get over 20 game-changing Eventide plugins at a bargain price, and you can cancel anytime. Be sure to read our full review of Fission in Computer Music Magazine issue 243, and head over to eventideaudio.com for more info.